Cube, sphere, pyramid, square, triangle, circle. They've always been very important to me. First became aware of them from a freehand ink painting by Sengai, the Japanese artist who made this drawing 300 years ago or so. And they were loose and they overlapped and they felt so right to me. I didn't know really why at the time, but as I thought more about them, and I actually made some forms later, and then again and again, it has repeatedly appeared in my work. And I also noticed that in nature, walking in the landscape in North Wales, these shapes would appear by like a corner of a wall, a square, making a right angle. And it sort of stood out. And then something that was vaguely like a triangle would stand out. And it made me think more about it. And I realized these forms are universals. They're incorruptible, however they're made. It doesn't matter how you make them. If you make them with flock wallpaper, they would still read true. And they are a universal truth. And then thinking more about how their representation, that we make them as very linear, clean-edged. But in walking in the landscape and seeing these forms, they were much looser. You only had to see a part of one to see it all. And it occurred to me, though, that both in three dimensions and in 2 dimensions, they read very clearly with each other, but in a different way. And when I drew them on paper, on a flat surface, 2-dimensional, they spoke much more directly to my mind. And when I made them as physical objects, I was reading them in a different way. I knew them, I knew their size, I could sense their weight through my body, through my physicality. So the physicality of them was a direct experience of them, whereas the 2-dimensional was a more cerebral, direct to my mind. And as I made the set, and I, out of interest, charred them, and I realized I could make the drawings of them with those objects themselves by rolling and rubbing these small objects onto paper. And this created a lot of dust and mess. But I liked that, and it loosened the forms. Then I decided, I had an opportunity in Australia where I had made the first set of charred ones to set on the floor, and then the blank wall above them felt very sparse, so that occurred to me to put some drawings of them, 2D images of them above them. And I just pinned them on the wall without frames. And I found that having both experiences, the physical and the cerebral, both at the same time, was deeply satisfying. And I've since found many other people have found the same thing. I've made these on various scales. The largest set, the drawings are on canvas, and the very large forms are made in oak, are in the Tate Gallery collection in Britain.